Limit is x goes to 4 of the square root of 2x squared plus 4 minus x minus 2 over x squared plus x minus 20. The first thing we're going to do is try plugging a 4 in for all of the x's. We will have the square root of 2 times 4 squared plus 4 minus 4 minus 2 divided by 4 squared plus 4 minus 20. 4 squared is 16 times 2 is 32 plus 4 minus 2 is a minus 6 divided by 4 squared is 16 plus 4 minus 20. 32 plus 4 is 36. We have square root of 36 minus 6 over 16 plus 4 is 20. 20 minus 20. Square root of 36 is 6. So we have 6 minus 6 over 20 minus 20, which is giving us the 0 over 0 indeterminate form. We will need to rework this. Since we have a root combination, a root involving x in some way, added or subtracted together with at least one other term. It has two other terms. We're going to try the root conjugate method. I'm going to rewrite this limit exactly as we see it, with the exception of I'm going to factor a negative out of the minus x minus 2 to make it x plus 2. That will just make it easier for determining the conjugate and foiling out with the conjugate. The root conjugate is going to be the same expression as that root combination, but opposite sign between the two expressions. So that'll be a plus there. That's why we factored. It just makes it easier to see that root conjugate. Now we're going to put it over itself, so we have a form of 1, so that we're multiplying by 1, and we're not changing the value, we're just changing the look. And now we're going to multiply. The numerator is the root conjugate pair. We will FOIL that out first. Root 2x squared plus 4 times root 2x squared plus 4 will give us a 2x squared plus 4. Outside, a positive root times a positive x plus 2 will give us a positive x plus 2 times the root of 2x squared plus 4. Inside, a negative x plus 2 times the root will give us a negative x plus 2 times the root of 2x squared plus 4. And then last, we will have a negative x plus 2 times a positive x plus 2, which will give us a negative x plus 2 squared. All of this will be divided by the denominator, which is not root conjugates, and therefore we will not FOIL this out. We're going to keep this factored exactly as you see it. Our next step is that the outside and inside terms after a root FOIL cancel each other. We'll cancel those out. And then this here, we're going to FOIL that out and distribute the negative sign. So x plus 2 squared is x plus 2 times x plus 2. So in the numerator we will have limit as x goes to 4 of 2x squared plus 4 minus, FOILing that out will give us an x squared plus a 4x plus a 4. Notice there's a minus in front of all of that, so we will distribute the minus and then combine like terms. That'll be our next steps. The denominator we're going to leave exactly as we see it. Because what we've done now is created a power function situation, so we're going to be factoring and canceling those expressions that are making 0 in the numerator and denominator. So we have limit as x goes to 4 of 2x squared plus 4, distributing the minus sign, a minus x squared, a minus 4x, and a minus 4. All of this over x squared plus x minus 20 times the square root of 2x squared plus 4 plus x plus 2. In the numerator, we can combine like terms. We have a 2x squared and a negative x squared. We'll combine those. We have a positive 4 and a negative 4. We'll combine those. Those actually will just cancel each other out, so I can just cancel them now. And then we have that negative 4x. So that will give us a limit as x goes to 4 of x squared minus 4x over x squared plus x minus 20, and then the square root of 2x squared plus 4 plus x plus 2. I still have 0 over 0. We haven't eliminated that just yet. We're actually getting a 0 in the numerator due to this expression, and we're getting a 0 in the denominator due to this expression here. They cannot cancel each other just yet, but they will be able to after we factor. So that will be our next step, is to factor. In the numerator, we can factor a common factor of x. That'll leave us with x minus 4. In the denominator, we can trinomial factor. And we need an x and x, two numbers that multiply to be negative 20 and add to be a positive 4. That will be a positive 5 and a negative 4. And then we have this remaining square root of 2x squared plus 4 plus x plus 2. The x minus 4s can cancel. They are what was making 0 over 0. And once we've canceled those, we should no longer have 0 over 0, so we should be able to plug a 4 in for the remaining x's. I will just rewrite this before doing that. And so plugging a 4 into the remaining x's, we will have a 4 divided by a 4 plus 5 times the square root of 2 times 4 squared plus 4 plus 4 plus 2. 4 divided by 4 plus 5, which is going to be a 9, times the square root of 4 squared is 16 times 2 is 32, plus 4 is 36, plus 4 plus 2, which is plus 6. This would then give us 4 over 9 times square root of 36 is 6, plus 6, 4 over 9 times 12. Now before we multiply numbers out, we can actually reduce by a 4, cancel a 4 out of that 12, leaving a 3 and a 1 in the numerator. So we have 1 over 9 times 3, which comes out to 1 over 27.